Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. I know, I bet you guys are just as shocked as I am that it's already time for me to film another bi-weekly makeup basket. It's no longer called a bi-weekly makeup basket, but I'm so used to saying it that I've just said it. So we're going to go ahead and roll with that. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the products that I'm going to use essentially for the next 2 weeks, hence the bi-weekly makeup basket. But I'm just calling it my makeup basket. Anyways, let's move on. So I am going to just show you the products that are going to be new to this basket. There may be some repeat products just because I can't remember what I did or didn't show in the last video. But if there are repeat products or products that are going to stay the same from the last basket, I am not going to show you those products. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it and just start with face primers and products. So I'm using a couple of new things. I am using this Origins Ginseng Energy Boosting Moisturizer, and I am using this Benefit Professional little makeup sample here. So I know that this is a moisturizer technically, but it has a really nice kind of tacky texture on my skin once it starts to dry down and sink in. So I've really been using this as a facial primer. So I did want to mention that this is in my 100 colorful empties, so I definitely wanted to make some progress on this and try and finish it this month. There's only like 2 days left in February. I might be able to finish this in the next couple of days, but just so you know, I am using this currently until it's finished in this basket, and then I'll go back to my Laura Geller primer, which I did show you in the last video. And I am using this Professional just on my T-zone, just on my nose, and like right here on my cheekbones where I have some noticeable pores. Obviously that's what this is for. So those two products are my priming type products. I am still using my L'Oreal Silky Sheer BB Face Lotion for my neck. I've kind of backed off of it a little bit because I've hit my goal of using it at least 15 times in February. This does expire at the end of February. 2 more days. I may use it, I may not, but I did want to mention it, that I'm still going to use it till the end of February, which breaks my rule of telling you what was in my last basket, and it's still in this basket, so I didn't need to mention it again. The only reason why I'm really mentioning it is that I'm only going to use it for 2 days, if I even use it at all. Moving along. The next product is this IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus Illumination. This is going to be in an upcoming project, so to kick off that project I wanted to go ahead and pull this in for this basket and get 2 weeks of consistent use on this and really kickstart that project. So that is going to be my foundation or primary foundation for the next 2 weeks. I can't guarantee I won't use any other foundations if the mood hits me. But that's what I will primarily be focusing on. I was going to go ahead and toss this out or declutter it because I have used so much of it already, but this is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I brought this out onto my porch the other day for some reason, and I noticed that there is a little empty spot right here. You can't see it because I'm not going to zoom in and go through all that business, but then I could see, sorry for the camera shake, you could see the line where the product really is. So you could see where I had last marked it. I've used it some, but I can't imagine I've used it that much. So I think I probably mismarked it, or it settled a little more than where it was before. And I'm actually down to here. So I really think I'm going to at least use this for the next 2 weeks before I call this quits. And really make sure I've gotten almost everything out of this. I definitely don't love this product enough to fight with it, so if it gets difficult to use, I am not going to fight with it. I'm just going to toss it. I do have another concealer that I want to begin to work on for another project, so that is going to be a concealer that I'm working on. As far as bronzers go, I still have this Toothpaste Chocolate Soleil bronzer that I'm trying to hit pan on. Again, 2 more days left in February. I've already finished the finale for my Sweet on Project panning, but technically it still goes on for 2 more days. I want to see if I can hit pan on this damn thing. I still will probably continue to use it after the end of February, just because now I really want to hit pan on this damn thing. So we're going to keep working on that. But another product that is going into a project is this Too Faced Sun Bunny bronzer right here. And this is just one of those little freaking mini things that last forever and ever and ever. And I set a goal for myself to hit pan on this product before the end of the year. So we'll see if we could do that. Before I decided I was going to start that project and put that product in, I had already pulled this bronzer for the next 2 weeks. This is the Sephora bronzer in the shade Fiji. It's got a really nice cool tone to it. I'm really excited to give this a try, see how I like this. So I am going to go ahead and leave this in. As far as blushes go, I have 2 that I want to work on that are going to be goals for me to work on this year. This is the Tarte blush in the shade Classic. I do believe this was in the last basket as well, but I am going to continue to work on this for the next 2 weeks and see how much more progress I can get on this. I did kind of try and focus on my NARS Orgasm blush for the last week of the project, and I'm going to need to repress it. But this is the Cruel Intention Super Shock Cheek from ColourPop, and this is what this looks like. I want to hit pan on a cream blush this year, so I want to start working on some cream blushes. So that is why I pulled this one. I do enjoy this shade. I'm wearing it today. Really, really like this. Excited to use that. And I also pulled out this Hard Candy Living Doll, because this is a really light, pale pink with a sheen, and I noticed somebody was selling this on their auction site on Instagram, and I know it doesn't work for everybody, but I thought it really made me think, do I need this in my collection? So I definitely want to try this and see if this is something that I want to put on my auction Instagram as well, which I'm going to go ahead and mention right now. I was going to wait till my empties video because I do have a lot of things that I'm decluttering, but I'm going to go ahead and mention I do have an auction site on Instagram. It is called Kaylee Deckert _sells, and I will go ahead and list that here. I do auctions fairly regularly just because I'm really trying to get everything out, so I kind of try and recycle the items that don't sell. So I'm constantly posting new things on there. Keep checking it out. I will post when new auctions are starting. A little bit of a tangent, but that's that. The next things I have here are highlighters, and they are all cream highlighters. So the first cream highlighter that I have is this ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in the shade Monster, and this is just a really duochrome pink kind of highlighter. Really enjoy this shade, and this is the Super Shock Cheek in Parasol. This is beautiful. I think this is very similar to Champagne Pop in a cream version, and these are both still very, very creamy. I find that the highlighter products don't dry out as quickly as the blushes and the eyeshadows. So they're really, really beautiful, really creamy. I wanted to make sure I used those before they went bad, but they seem to be doing really, really well. The next product you guys have seen before, this is the Laura Mercier Golden Pink highlight. This is a beautiful cream highlight. I love this so very much, and I've been using this a lot more recently. This has this is like a really light rose gold. It's got a really light pink color to it, but it's got a gold shift. It is super, super beautiful. So I will be using that for the next 2 weeks as well. And then we can move along to eyeshadow. So my BFF, Liz, that I work with, has been using this particular MAC Dazzle shadow for the last like 2 weeks straight, and I have absolutely loved it on her, so I went ahead and pulled this out. This is the MAC Dazzle Shadow in the shade I Like to Watch, and so this is like a really yellow kind of green shift, and it's really super beautiful with a really warm brown in the outer V and in the crease. Really pretty. I definitely wanted to play with that. And then I was reminded of my beautiful NARS duo when I was going through my NARS duos that I might want to sell, as well as watching Young Wild and Polish's channel, because this is her absolute favorite NARS duo as well, and this is in the shade Kawaii, and this is a really pretty purple and a very pale cool toned gold. Super beautiful. Love this so much. I love putting the gold all over the lid and then the purple in the outer V and into the crease. Gorgeous. Love this so much. So I definitely wanted to play around with this. Even if I only wear it once, I love it so much. I did forget a cheek product, so I'll go back to that in a minute. I also wanted to pull these two ColourPop eyeshadows. I was decluttering some ColourPop shadows, and I wanted to go ahead and pull out this ColourPop shadow in the shade Valley Girl. As you can see, I've hit pan on that. This is a really pretty white kind of gold shade. Super pretty. And this is my shade in Puppy Love. This is a really pale pink shift, like a champagne pink. Really pretty. Kind of got a duochrome shift to that as well. I'm going to show you my my palette, and then just one eyeshadow that I'm working on. But first I'm going to show you this. I traded with my friend Ashley on Instagram, and I gave her my NARS Albatross highlighter, and she gave me this Becca Afterglow palette. So I wanted to get some use out of that. I do have Moonstone, Rose Gold. I don't have Topaz, and I don't have either of these blushes in Wild Honey and Flower Child. So I'm really super excited, mostly excited for this Flower Child right here. So I wanted to play around with that in this basket, since I just received this yesterday in the mail from her. I have two palettes. This first one I pulled out last night when I was decluttering some of my drugstore shadows, and this is the Maybelline Blush Nudes. I am going to go ahead and declutter the Maybelline The Brights, the Smoky, and I think I'm going to go ahead and keep my Nudes palette, but I did want to go ahead and try this out before I decide whether or not I'm going to get rid of this. I do have the Naked 3 palette from Urban Decay, and I know it's been compared to that, and I know this is going to be nowhere near the quality, but I want to know if it's something that I can work with, because I do appreciate drugstore shadows for what they are. I don't expect anything like mind-blowing out of them, so I do want to give this a shot. And the next palette that I'm going to be using is my Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. There is a shade in here that is going to be in an upcoming Project Pan, so I figured while I'm working on that shade, I might as well get some use out of the rest of this palette. So I'm going to just show you the palette that you have seen already. I'm going to go ahead and save what shadow I'm going to be working on for that video. I've done enough spoiling between this video and my Sweet on Project Panning finale, but this is going to be the palette that I'm going to kind of use a little bit in the next 2 weeks. Also, I am going to be using my Makeup Geek shade right here in Mai Tai. So there's that, and I may dabble around in these other shades in here as well, since I have this in this Z palette. I do know about the Z palette controversy, by the way. Definitely not looking to purchase any more Z palettes in the future, but I have that one and I'm going to use it. As far as eye products, I don't know if I showed you these two liners in the last video. This is the Costa Riche eyeliner that I have in another Project pan that I'm working on. This is my next brown shadow, brown eyeliner. I did finish one this year. I have a goal to finish 2, so hopefully I can finish this one. This is the Rimmel Exaggerate black liner. This will be the first black eyeliner that I finish this year, so this is the one I'm focusing on right now. And I'm going to go ahead and let go of the mascaras that I'm currently using. So these are the 2 that I'm going to focus on in the next 2 weeks, because these are 2 of the 4 that I'm going to pull out for the next 3 months. And the first one is this Chanel Le Volume de Chanel. I have been dying to use this. This has just been hanging around. I will be devastated if this is completely dried out. I have made it a point to not open this at all, but I bought this well over a year ago. So I'll be very upset if this is dried out, but I would understand if it was. I got it on a mascara frenzy sale, so I mean, I didn't pay completely full price for it, but this will be one of the mascaras that I use. This is also in my 100 colorful empties for the year. And then this is the Urban Decay Perversion eyeliner, mascara. Whoa. And this came in a little kit. In fact, I think this came in the Naked on the Run kit, and I'm actually thinking of decluttering, selling that palette, but I'm not going to put this back in it, so I'm just going to sell it as is and use this and see how I like it. So that is it for my basket. My bi-weekly makeup basket, that's not really a bi-weekly makeup basket anymore, because that's not what I'm calling it. It is my makeup basket that I'm going to use for the next 2 weeks. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. I take your feedback seriously. I know one of the things that has been suggested to me and I've been trying to do is posting like a flat lay of all the products in my makeup basket on Instagram once I post this video, because it's easier for people to scroll and see things on Instagram than take the time to watch the video. Although I hope you still take the time to watch the video in the future. You just don't have time, you know, right then and there all the time, and you would like to see what I'm using in my baskets. So I've definitely taken that into consideration. If you guys have any other suggestions, please let me know. I have an idea to do a couple more things. Oh, one more thing. I'm glad I'm still talking. As far as lipsticks go, this is the L'Oreal Collection Privé by Frida. This is the lipstick that I'm wearing, and this is the lipstick that I'm going to try and focus on at least for the next week, because as I was starting to say, I have some ideas that I've taken from some various people through Instagram and YouTube that I want to do with my channel. Things like one blush, 2 weeks, one blush, 1 week, one lipstick, that kind of thing. I am really trying to pan lip products this year, so I don't know about the lip product thing. But I think it could be fun to be working on one and then have another one that I focus on for the week and kind of flip back between the two. So that was what I was going to say, is I have an idea to do some stuff like that and incorporate that into my basket as well. I am going to be doing a 30 days of lipstick or 30 days of lippies challenge, but I am going to do that solely on Instagram. So I am going to start that on March 1st. I've already picked out my lip products, and I am going to be posting those photos on Instagram every day. I hope. I am going to try my very best to keep that going on Instagram. So sorry to be a little long-winded here at the end. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, let me know your feedback and things you think I should do down below, and I will see you guys in my next video.